Oh,
the
yeah.
spring. Thanks for being here, and we're going to get started with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Boyce.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are thrilled to have all of the student athletes here, the state champs, and your families and coaches and teachers. And we are going to start with all of you today. And we'll first start with Brian Tim and Kathleen Coughlin from the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, and Kathleen from the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, we are so pleased to be here once again after a tremendous sports season in Central Ohio, one of our biggest groups ever, which is very great because that means we have had a lot of success here in Central Ohio.
Wow.
So all the student athletes, their coaches, a lot of achievement here in the room. The Sports Commission is proud to partner with the OHSAA and make this possible with you each sports season. So thanks so much for having us. And I'd like to introduce Kathleen from the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Great.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much to the Franklin County Commissioner's Office and to the Greater Columbus Sports Commission for taking the time to recognize these fine athletes and coaches here today. While you were invited here today to celebrate the accomplishments that you had at the end of your season, we respect and appreciate the sacrifices and hard work that you put in all year round to get you to this point. You are here today because you honored your sport and made your community, school, and families very proud. Congratulations on this accomplishment that you will remember for the rest of your lives, and good luck in your future endeavors. Thank you, guys.
And Robin Deaver from our public affairs team is going to be recognizing all of the athletes, and we'll come up. How do you want to handle this, Robin?
If you want to come up, I'll call your school and the athletes' names, and if you want to come up, we have certificates for you, and then we'll take a picture of you with the commissioners. So if you guys even want to come around and get ready, we'll take pictures.
Sure.
So we'll start with the division track and field. First of all, Division 3, we have Columbus Afrocentric. There is Anthony Tyler, won the boys 300-meter hurdles, and Anthony Bowman, the boys high jump. Congratulations. If we have, here, if the coach wants to say something, and is your coach with you? Yes. Coach? If you want to say something, and then let the boys announce who they are and if they're seniors, where they're going to school.
Okay.
All right? Thank you.
I'm Coach Vaughn, Columbus Afrocentric Early College. I just want to say thank you for having us. We appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I look to be here again next year.
Say something.
You want to introduce yourself?
No? You don't want to say anything?
I have Anthony Bowman here, senior high jumper, state champion. He'll be attending Tiffin University. Anthony Tyler was not able to make it. He had a family emergency, but in his place we have one of our relay members, Shimon Payton. He's a junior.
Congratulations. Perfect. Up next, we have Dublin Kaufman boys lacrosse team. We have, I think Zach Kaysen is not here today, but we have Hassan Rada, Sam Carpenter, Sean McCourt, could Dublin Kaufman and their coaches, anybody? If you want to introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Shane Comisford, head coach, Dublin Kaufman High School. Got Sam Carpenter, senior midfielder, and Hassan Rada, another senior midfielder. Sam's going to be attending OU next year, and Hassan's going to continue playing at Ohio Wesleyan.
Great. Thank you. Next we have Dublin Scioto. Still, we're going back to track and field. We have the girls 100-meter hurdles state champion Fola Ojibade. So sorry. There you go.
All right, thank you for the opportunity and breakfast and everything today. This is great. Falaza Jr., she is undefeated in the 100 hurdles this year. She was our conference champion, district champion, regional champion, and state champion in the 100 hurdles. She was also our conference champion in the 300 hurdles, and I believe runner-up at districts, regions, and state in that event as well. She's got both of those school records. She's the 8th individual in the school history to be a state champion. I think that's it. There may be some other things I forgot, but she's doing great, and I'm glad to have her back next year.
Wonderful. Up next, we have Gahanna Lincoln, girls 4x400 meter relay, Alexis Thigpen, Joy Bradley, Shania Diaz, and Madison Martinez. Here you go, Coach.
Hello, we really appreciate the honor to come back here again. This is our, I believe, 5th straight time back here. Our 4x4 is hasn't lost since 2015, so we take a lot of pride in that event, and these are some great young ladies who are a part of that. We have Madison Martinez, who actually Madison has 11 state championships in individual or relays in her high school career, and she'll be attending Villanova. And we have Alexis Thigpen, she's a junior. So she's coming back, and we have Joy Bradley. Well, actually, Alexis is a senior now. Joy Bradley is a junior now, so we got a couple of these girls coming back, but we really appreciate being here. Thanks.
We have Grove City Christian, Callista Mans, Division III girls 100 meter hurdles and 300 meter hurdles.
Here you go. Hi, I'm Coach Mindy Banky. Callista is a 4-time returner to the state track meet. She has participated in 12 different events over her career. She won the 100-meter hurdles, the 300 hurdles, and she came in second in the 100-meter dash. 7 records, school records, and she's going to the University of Cincinnati this year.
Thank you. We have Plain City Jonathan Alder, Division II girls softball team. Come on up, girls. Angela Brandell, Allison Caldwell, Sierra Clark, Caitlin Craig, Sydney Hermiller, Marley Jacobs, Jillian Jakesy, Kelsey McDonald, Jaden Phelps, Danielle Robbins, Lindsay Potter, Emily Walker, and April Wagner.
Here we go.
Give those to them.
I'm not going to talk long because they know I will ramble, but just want to thank, first of all, thank you for having us here and honoring all the other state champions. This has just been, it's been a whirlwind for these girls. They've been battling. They've actually first softball state championship, fourth state championship in Alder history, and they made it to the state, 17, 18, and they got it done this year. And just a close-knit group, the community, the backing we have. Well, you can see, I mean, they don't do anything small. Everything's large with these girls. But thank you so much, and just it's a pleasure to be here.
That's great. Congratulations.
Great. Pickerington Central, boys team. We have Darnell Bonner, Denzel Fegan, Brady Johnson, Evan Matthews, Keith Moton, Terry Samuel, Lorenzo Stiles, Garner Wallace, and Jalen Willis are, I think, not able.
Okay, here you go.
Hi there, I'm Coach Roach. Second time back-to-back for these guys, winning back-to-back state championships. Some season highlights, well, I guess 2 season highlights. These guys haven't lost a meet in 2 years. This senior class has 3 league championships, 4 district championships, I think 3 regional championships, and now 2 state championships. The senior guys here, Terry Samuel right here, is the only 4-year letter winner that we've got with us today. He's also one of our best football players and will be playing football and college in running track in college. Denzel here is one of the only handful of guys ever to win 4 state championships in 1 year, and he did that for us. Evan Matthews there, the other senior, one of the other seniors. He's nominated for the Gatorade runner of the nation, of everything. He's also has the fastest time in the United States in the 300 hurdles this year. Of course, has all kinds of school records along with Terry and with Denzel. Then Brady Johnson, here's an academic All-Ohio kid. He had the fastest time I've ever seen on a 4x8 leg, running a 150.8 to win it for us. These guys, I mean, you think about the history of the state of Ohio and track and field, it's crazy what runs through Columbus. These guys went way beyond what the expectations we thought they'd have this year. They qualified every running event, and it's never been done in the history of track and field. They won every relay, never been done in the history of track and field, and scored 86 points. Well, that's now the new record for the state in track and field for the state of Ohio. Well, 87, and they still, they've been correcting me all year, so nothing's changed. I want to thank the commission for letting us come here today again. Really appreciate that, and I want to thank all you guys for coming out, and congratulations to all of the other state champions and their parents. Thanks a lot.
Great, thank you. Up next, we have St. Francis de Sales girls lacrosse team, Division II, Grace Lensmere, Leah Richards, Sophia Finotti, and Liz Renkin.
Coach Fanati from St. Francis de Sales, thank you for the invite this morning. Just real quick, we have 3 seniors that just graduated, and we have a rising senior. These ladies, the 3 seniors, they won the 2016 state championship as freshmen, and the next 2 years, these 4 girls were part of overtime losses in the state Final Four in 2017, 2018, and they kind of made it a pact that wasn't going to happen again in their senior season. And they play with a lot of grit, and this is a special group of girls. They play with passion, commitment, dedication, and this team will be hard to replace. But we have Grace Lensmeyer, who will be attending the University of Wisconsin, Sophia Fanati, who will be going to University of Cincinnati and playing lacrosse. Leah Richards will also be attending University of Cincinnati, and Liz Renkin will be our senior captain next year. So, thanks again for inviting us.
We have the Wellington School boys tennis state champions from the Ohio Coaches Tennis Association tournament. We have Trevor Ball, Griffin Biernat, Sadek Al-Ali, Braden Chavla, and Milan Gonella. Sorry.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you for inviting us. I'm Coach Haddo with the Wellington School. These guys had a tremendous year. It's our 2nd state championship, so we're coming off back-to-back. And luckily, next year, we have everyone returning for next year. So thank you. Okay.
Okay, up next we have Thomas Worthington, boys 400-meter dash, Justin Braun.
Hi, I'm Bill Darling. I'm the boys coach at Thomas. Thanks you to the county and the commissioners for honoring everyone today. It's very special. Justin had a tremendous year, made a little history for us. He's only a freshman in high school. There hasn't been a freshman win the Division I boys 400 meters since 1987. So, in fact, there's only been 2 freshmen that have won an individual event at the state meet in the last 10 years. So it's a very special thing, especially in a great state like Ohio, to be a freshman to win an individual state championship. So we're very proud of Justin, and thank you to everyone, and congratulations to everyone. So.
Congratulations. Great. Oh. Wait. One more. Next up, we have Upper Arlington Girls Lacrosse Team, Division I, Elena Schildmeyer, Riley Kuhn, and Joey Fowler.
I want to thank the Commission for having us here today. I want to thank all the state champions. In particular, I want to thank or congratulate for sure Joe Fanati and his wonderful team. They handed us the first loss of our season and really motivated us to go out there and change some things. I have with me today 3 rising seniors, 3 of the 4 captains for next year. I have Joey Fowler, who was a transfer student from Atlanta, and she earned second team all OCC. I have Riley Keene, who is a second-year varsity player for us. She earned second team All OCC and honorable mention All Region. And then Elena Schildmeyer, this might take a while. She earned first team All OCC, first team All Region, first team All State, and the highest honors that you can earn in the nation, Academic All-American and All-American. So we have them all back for next year. So.
Congratulations.
We also have lifting at 11:30, so we have to get out of here soon. I'm just kidding.
That's everybody.
Well, thank you all for being here today, and thank your parents, your siblings, your family members, all for the support you've gotten over the years, your coaches, your teachers. You are more than welcome to stay for the entirety of our meeting, and yet you don't have to. And I know Commissioner Boyd
before you go,
would like to say something.
I do want to congratulate all the athletes, their parents and coaches, and family and friends who've been supportive along the way. Again, I've said this before. Really take a moment to reflect on your hard work and what it got you, because life works the same way.
Mm-hmm.
What you put into it is what you get out of it. And so I think being an athlete, whether you're a high school athlete or going to be a collegiate athlete, many of the things that you learn on the field, the court, on the track are things that will translate in life as you work to get what you want out of life. To those of you who are returning, bask in the moment for a minute. I'll share one quick story with you. My son, when he was a junior in high school, they had at Columbus Academy Division III, they had won the state champion 4x4, and all four of their guys were coming back the next year. And so they felt good about their chances. They had gone undefeated that year. They got to districts and had a false start and were out. And so you just don't know if you're going to get back. And the point I'm making is that enjoy this moment. Continue to work hard, continue to build upon what you've learned and the sacrifice you've made, because it will translate to really good things for you in life. Not so much on the sports field. If it does, that's awesome, but in life. And I just want to tell you, you never know when you're going to get back. There was a young man who was the 400-meter state champion this year. And I was a freshman in high school when the last guy who was a 400-meter freshman won, and his name was Chris Nellums. And he went on to win it all 4 years, ran at Ohio State, and was a superstar. But you just never know how things are going to shape out. So enjoy the moment, get back to work right at it. Don't let up, and have a great summer. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
By the way, they need to change that false start. I'm still upset at that. Yeah.
Did you really?
They were out. It was devastating.
Oh, that had to be. It just had to be. Can you? Yeah.
I just want to say, whoever put this coffee up here for me, God bless you. Thank you so much. Tamara, thank you, Tamara. I appreciate that. God bless you. You're a good person.
Wow, look at this. We switch up.
Our people that
Our
wanna hear
people.
us. Right?
Okay. If somebody could just close one of the doors or just close it a little bit, we'll get started with the county engineer.
Resolution 439-19, establishing, altering, and widening of Plum Tree Drive, Sharon Township, Franklin County, Ohio. Viewed engineer to file plans as necessary.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
My name is Cornell Robertson, the county engineer for everyone in Franklin County. With me today,
Lauren Singh. I'm an intern at the office.
Commissioners, this first resolution, as stated, is a drainage project in the northwest part of Franklin County in Sharon Township along Plum Tree Drive, which is west of 315. This particular resolution is the second in a series of two to allow the project to move forward.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 439-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 439-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 440-19, plans approved for the replacement of the structure on Braun Road over Snyder Ditch, MAD-TR 232-1.02, Madison Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, as stated, this is a bridge replacement project in the southeast part of the county in Madison Township along Braun Road over Snyder Ditch. With this resolution, we are asking you to approve and sign the title sheet, and we will work to get the bid opening scheduled later this year for construction in the fall.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 440-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 440-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 441-19, report first of the Franklin County engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Braun Road over Snyder Ditch, MAD-TR 232-1.02, improvement project, Madison Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $600.
This resolution is for the same bridge replacement project along Braun Road over Snyder Ditch. This resolution is the first report for right-of-way acquisition, includes 2 properties, and the appraisals were based on fair market value.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 441-19.
Second.
Moved to second voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 441-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 442-19, report forth of the Franklin County engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Boer Road from Quail Creek Boulevard to State Route 104 project, Jackson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $67,813.
This next resolution seeks compensation for property owners abutting the Boer Road from Quail Creek Boulevard to State Route 104 improvement project. The project, located in the southwest part of the county in Jackson Township, will reconstruct Boer Road and build a modern roundabout at the intersection with Buckeye Parkway. We negotiated with the property owners, and compensation was based on appraised fair market value. Pending any questions, I would ask your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 442-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 442-19 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lawrence. The Sheriff's Office.
Resolution number 443-19. Resolution approving a transfer of general fund appropriations for the purchase of a replacement firearms training simulator.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services for Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. This resolution authorizes a transfer of appropriation from materials and services to capital outlays to cover the purchase of a new firearm simulator. Over the past several years, the current simulator has become unreliable at times. In the 2019 budget, we were approved $32,460 to renew a 3-year warranty for the current simulator. We were able to buy a new simulator, which includes a 1-year warranty for $31,827, with the old simulator's warranty averaging about $10,800 a year, and the new simulator at $3,200 a year, We will save around $16,000 over the next 6-year term. Pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
Yeah, so what is a firearms training simulator? Tell me about that.
It's a...
sounds kind of obvious, but tell me about how that works.
I guess it's a real-time kind of, or not a real-time, but it's kind of like a video game is the best way to put it.
Okay.
So it's a big screen. It's got...
Mark, don't write that we're buying video games in the paper. All right.
It's got the weapons that we carry. They have sensors in them. The projector projects on the screen different scenarios, shoot, don't shoot, those kind of things that a deputy may encounter. And then they can, they work through the scenario that way in terms of whether to use their firearm, whether to use a less than lethal type of weapon such as a taser, those types of things, different scenarios along those lines. So it allows them to experience, what they may see in the field in a I guess controlled environment. So that's what those do.
Okay.
It's a very good training tool that we are able to use.
Sounds like it. So do they use it ongoing for training too, as opposed to just during the academy time or when they're sort of becoming a sheriff?
Yes, it's used. If we hold a peace officer training class to certify deputies to carry a weapon, they're used there. Also, the in-service training that they get every year, it's utilized as a portion of that training to allow them to kind of hone their skills and whatnot.
Okay,
So.
excellent. All right. If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 443-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 443-19 has been adopted.
Thank you. The county treasurer.
Resolution number 444-19, authorizing a non-general fund supplemental appropriations for operational support.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Morning.
Commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Franklin County Treasurer's Office is seeking approval of the Resolution 444-19 to authorize a general fund supplemental appropriation for operational support. The breakdown is PSI $272,000, $272,160 for guidance and operational support, $78,000 to PSI, who's a consultant vendor on our process. Will provide an on-site consultant to help maintain FACTS, $180,000 to MAPSIS to provide needed maintenance support for FACTS. If there aren't any questions, we would seek approval of this resolution. I did provide a visual for the outlay of the expenses and what we have accomplished so far. Hopefully that does shed some light on
This
our...
is helpful.
It is.
Yeah.
Well done.
The technical burden that we are attempting to correct through this process.
This was very helpful.
Thank you, team.
Okay. If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 444-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 444-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Emergency Management Agency.
Resolution number 445-19, authorizing non-general fund supplemental appropriations related to termination payouts.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. It's been a little bit
It
since I've
has
been here
been.
last. Darrell Kerber, Deputy Director for Franklin County Emergency Management Homeland Security. With me today, I have Gina Williams, our Fiscal Manager. Relatively new to the position, took Jan Bartel's position when she retired. Which brings us to this resolution, actually. This resolution, during the budget workup for 2019 this year, we weren't aware that our alerting and warning manager, Mr. Steve Smith, would be retiring this year. So unfortunately, it was not worked into the budget. We were fortunate enough to find a very good young man to replace him. And so for the 1 month of overlap plus the termination payouts that we didn't anticipate, we're asking for additional appropriations from that particular fund in order to help fund that. And we're here to answer any of your questions and ask for approval this morning.
I'm guessing you've worked this out with our budget team here at the county and gotten their go-ahead.
Yes, Commissioner. We've worked very closely with Director with Zach and helped. He's helped us tremendously in getting these projects done.
Okay.
If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 445-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 445-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner.
Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 446-19, approving 6 subaward agreements for the innovative out-of-school time youth programs in the amount of $1,389,399.60.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Assistant Director with Job and Family Services.
Good morning.
This resolution will approve subaward agreements with 6 different community organizations to provide free youth programming during the summer months as well as after-school programming during the 1920 academic year. As you're aware, this year we took the step to include both summer and after-school programming under one RFP. The decision was intended to support agency planning efforts and provide a seamless transition for youth participating in both summer and after-school programs. This is our second and final group of awardees for this RFP. Summer camps will operate Monday through Friday for a minimum of 6 hours a day and run from June to August. After-school programs will operate an average of 15 hours a week from September 2019 through May of 2020. In total, the providers will serve an estimated 788 TANF-eligible youth between the ages of 5 and 13. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
So I'm just curious, so on the resolution, it delineates each line item to what each agency is getting. Then there's a blank space. Is that just because the name is connected to the name ahead on top of it? So it says, for example, urban St. Stephen's Community House, and then right under that, I can't tell.
I think it says doing business as, it may be their second name, doing business at St. Stephen's Community Center. Is that the case?
The first one does, but the second one doesn't.
Okay. We'll have to check that and make sure that that's not an error.
Okay.
Okay, we may resubmit.
Okay.
Any other questions?
So if there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 446-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 446-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 447-19, approving a subaward agreement with the Columbus Urban League for the Franklin County Summer Youth Challenge Initiative in the amount of $150,000.
This resolution will approve a subaward agreement with the Columbus Urban League for screening, work readiness training, and job placement for the Franklin County Summer Youth Jobs Challenge. Commissioners, you have invested more than $4.9 million to support paid summer work experience and year-round activities for more than 1,200 young people through the Achieve More and Prosper program. That investment is significant. However, with the state-mandated transition to year-round services, it is short of the traditionally 1,800 that were served through the Summer Youth Works program. In response to the overwhelming need for summer employment, we have partnered with the City of Columbus to challenge businesses and local organizations to offer an additional 600 summer internships. Under this agreement, the Columbus Urban League, which has been a long-time summer partner, will help to match young people with area businesses and available internship opportunities. CUL will assist with the recruitment of businesses willing to hire youth, provide work readiness training, connect youth with businesses and internships, and provide additional supportive services to both employers and youth throughout the summer. If a business is interested in participating, they can contact the Urban League at 614-372-2127 or submit an interest form through the website at cul.org. Pending any questions, I ask for approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 447-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 447-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we are at Human Resources. No, I'm sorry. I goofed. Sanitary engineers.
Resolution number 448-19, authorizing a private sewer agreement with Kings Court Bible Church, 2040 Oakland Park Avenue.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ryan Stowe with Sanitary Engineering. The sanitary engineer is requesting the authorization of a private sewer agreement with King's Court Bible Church located at 2040 Oakland Park Avenue in Clinton Township. The church currently does not have access to sanitary sewer and relies on holding tanks to hold their wastewater, which are pumped out when full. The frequency and cost of pumping of the tanks is a huge economic burden for the churches and is not sustainable in the long run. The owner of the church, David A. Jonathan, wishes to bring sanitary sewer to the property by constructing a private mainline sewer extension at his sole expense. The proposed mainline extension will originate at a City of Columbus-owned manhole located to the west of the property and travel approximately 325 feet east through the right-of-way and easement to the eastern parcel boundary. The City of Columbus has granted permission to the church to connect to the sanitary sewer system without annexation, with the stipulation that the county takes eventual ownership of the improvement. The sanitary engineer has thoroughly reviewed the plans and specifications and is comfortable with assuming ownership of the improvement through the process detailed in the private sewer agreement. In addition, the agreement has been reviewed and approved by the prosecutor's office, and all necessary easements have been granted to the county and recorded. Pending any questions or comments, I request the passage of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 448-19.
Second.
Moved to second and voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 448-19 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Public facilities.
Resolution number 449-19, authorizing a modification to the contract agreement with Brunner Corporation to perform additional HVAC activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Correction Center at an increase in the amount of the contract not to exceed $328,401, a total amount $19,044,460.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Alexander, COO with Public Facilities Management. I also have with me Darla Reardon, Director of PFM. In March 2018, Brunner Corporation was awarded a contract agreement to perform HVAC activities associated with the construction of the new Franklin County Correction Center. This resolution authorizes a modification of the contract agreement with Brunner to provide additional HVAC activities, including mechanical work, specifically refinements to piping associated with the various design documents issued by DLZ Architecture Incorporated. Approval of this contract modification also provides for an owner-directed allowance for potential future unforeseen conditions, and any unused funds will be returned to the county. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this contract modification with Brunner Corporation.
Director, I just want to make sure, just like last week, this is demonstrative of our phase 2 moving forward. This is not like a modification based off of some new finding or some kind of unexpected impact, right? This is...
I would say these ones are some minor refinements of the 328,000. Actually, only about 28,000 are to the refinements to piping referenced, which is kind of a normal part of the construction process. You carry what we call contingency, or those dollars as drawings are taken into the field, and there's ideas between the whole team, including the contractors, to make something more efficient or operationally effective. Those are incorporated, and so these costs are being covered through contingency dollars that were assumed in part of the normal construction process.
Mm-hmm.
The owner-directed allowance is money, again, that is carried and is allocated in a conservative amount, and as additional funds are needed for future conditions that have to be pre-approved by the county before those dollars are spent, that is about $300,000 here. And again, that is only at the county's approval, and any unused funds will be returned to the county at the end of the contract. So.
Director, when you say county's approval, is that your approval or is that the administrator's approval?
This would be used through the what they call the field work order process, which involves various approvals of members of the construction team. Then the designated project representative of PFM, which is our Deputy Director of Construction, also requires my approval. But that is only after the commissioners have allocated funding, in this case, to create the allowance. So it has your approval not to exceed $300,000, then individual expenses require a number of team members, including the agency itself. So that is part of the county's contract documents.
Sure, I support this. Yeah, it does. That's very helpful. Thank you. I support this, but I do just want to say, I mean, in light of the magnitude of this facility and the cost that we go into, I'm not that comfortable with. As we have to make changes at this point in things, I would ask that you communicate even the minor changes.
Sure.
Even though it will give you the capacity here. I'd like my office to kind of just be up on what we're doing and what we're not, because it's just we're at a point where we really have to be. I think I know Madam President Brown and I have talked about this a lot, just managing cost and being cognizant of what we're spending, because it's easy to lose track as a commissioner because we're not day-to-day hands-on like that. And so I just asked to keep my office. I'd like to be in the loop on a little more of the detail.
We can appreciate that. We meet weekly for standing construction meetings with the team, and at that time these matters are discussed, and we can certainly brief your office thereafter.
Yeah, that would be helpful. I just want to stay in the loop. Thank you. If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 449-19.
Second. Moved and second voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 449-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 450-19, authorizing a modification to the contract agreement with George J. Eigel and Company, Incorporated, to perform additional concrete structure activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Corrections Center at an increase in the amount of the contract not to exceed $4,036,919, a total amount of $17,600,644.
The final two resolutions are also contract modifications with existing contractors on the new Correction Center project. Specifically, this second contract modification is with George J. Eigel and Company, Inc. to perform additional concrete structure activities. Similar to contract modifications approved in late 2018 for other trades, these two resolutions result from a strategic redistribution of work and reallocation of cost that was previously part of one large comprehensive detention equipment and security electronics contractor bid package. After review by the construction team at the time, the decision was made to break it up into multiple packages to attempt to increase competition. Some packages were rebid, and other work was determined to be best served through the contract modification process with existing contractors to keep the project moving. To summarize, today's final two contract modifications represent a shift of anticipated costs. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
My questions are along the same lines, but I think you've answered them.
Okay. I would just say these were costs that were anticipated from the outset and just procured in an alternative manner.
I follow you. Yeah. Thank you for that clarification. If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 450-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 450-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 451-19, authorizing a modification to the contract agreement with Warner Metal Works to perform additional miscellaneous steel activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Corrections Center at an increase in the amount of the contract not to exceed $268,306 and a total amount of $4,692,231.
This final contract modification is with Warner Metal Works to perform additional miscellaneous steel activities for the new correction center. Again, this resolution results from a strategic redistribution of work and reallocation of cost. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this action.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 451-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 451-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're at Human Resources.
Resolution number 452-19, approving a data transfer agreement between Ohio Health Corporation and Right Bite Incorporated, DBA, Alif Wellbeing Strategies.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jody Lease, Assistant Director of Human Resources, and I'm joined by Matt Busser, from HR. He'll be addressing one of the other resolutions we have presenting to this morning. So this resolution does authorize County Administrator Ken Wilson to sign a data transfer agreement between Ohio Health and Alife. Whenever we have a vendor change, prior program data must be transferred from the prior vendor to the new vendor, and this resolution approves that. This will allow us to really support longitudinal programming and reporting in our wellness programming. So pending any questions or comments, I request approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 452-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution 452-19 has been adopted. Resolution 453-19, authorizing a contract with Columbus Running Company, LLC, for event management services for the Franklin County Cooperative Health Improvement Program in the amount of $8,005.
So we're really excited to present this one. Not that we're not excited about anyone.
I'm really
that
excited that you're
I know
presenting
you
this
are,
one. Yeah.
Matt will speak to that in a few minutes. But
is this you?
Hey,
You had
I'm just
nothing
happy.
to
No,
do
yeah,
with
yeah.
it,
I'm
huh?
just
several individuals sitting up here, including Ken, have a party in this. So this resolution does approve a contract with Columbus Running Company, or CRC as we refer to them, for event management services for a 5K run walk. We have coined this the Franklin County 5K and Thrive On Challenge. It will be held October 13th. At Wolf Park, we are, really trying to promote this race as a family-oriented race. There will be a kids run in advance of the actual 5K. We are really wanting to promote this not only to experienced runners, such as Matt and Commissioner Boyce, but also to those that are just beginners. So we are going to very much push the whole Couch to 5K training program. Yeah, so everybody in the audience that's a Franklin County employee, take note.
Couch to 5.
For sure.
Couch to 5K. So you can do it. We can be, you don't have to run it, you can walk it. So we really want to encourage participation from all levels of experience in this event. And CRC will be supplying all of the registration website, all of the race day equipment that are needed, the bibs, the timing devices, sound system, race course markers, and they will also be procuring permits and coordinating with fire, EMS, and police as needed on that day. So at this point, I'd like to turn over to Matt. Matt has been very instrumental in getting this project up off the ground.
Great.
All right. Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to discuss what I feel is a very important event for the employees of Franklin County. At a recent Leadership in Government Series seminar, Commissioner Boyce made a challenge to the audience. He said, do something to better ourselves, the employees, and the citizens of Franklin County. It was at that moment, in my mind, I thought, what if we did a 5K? Coincidentally, at the same time, County Administrator Wilson had the same idea, which is further proof that great minds think alike. As you know, running a race can do many positive things. It improves health, prevents diseases, boosts confidence, and relieves stress. For me personally, I towed the line for my first 5K about 9 years ago. At the time, I had higher blood pressure, a stressful job, and we were expecting our first child. Training and running that 5K was a way to relieve that stress. After I finished the race, it gave me a sense of pride that I could do something big by pushing myself to the limit. So 9 years later, 6,000 miles later, I've completed over 50 races to include 2 New York City marathons. And in closing, this is an opportunity to improve the health of our employees, tax dollars spent on our county health plan, and a way to give our employees one of these nice necklaces to wear after the race. It's an opportunity I truly believe that we should run with.
So yes, this was not only prompted, it was kind of like there were parallel lines running between Commissioner Boyce, your directive, and Ken coming in my office, sitting down and saying, I have an idea. So I was like, okay, hold on. So pending any questions or comments, I request approval of this resolution.
I would like to credit Jody and Matt because I kind of randomly show up in director's, assistant director's office with ideas such as this. So this is an example of Team Franklin County stepping up and helping make one of my ideals a reality. The fact that we will be able to have our first 5K run walk. We have several close team members that I'm personally have challenged or will be issuing challenges to participate in this, because while it's fun, you know, what we do in our wellness program, and last year was recognized by Business First as we came in second as the Central Ohio's healthiest employer in that category. And as Jody know, I have aspirations to be first. So initiatives like this that benefit our employees and encourage them to have a healthier lifestyle. And Zach here to my right is always looking at our actuarial numbers, and as we continue to do better. And the way we do better is through activities such as this, given the number of lives that we cover through our health improvement plan. And a few years ago, we decided it should be a health improvement plan. It should be not, insurance is important, is valuable, but we really should have a focus on improving the health of our employees. So I'd like to credit the Board of Commissioners for your leadership in this area. And Commissioner Brown, I know when we really stepped up our wellness efforts, we had a plan several years back, and one of the things you talked about was, I want to see what are going to be our results, what the data is going to show us. Yeah. So we are looking at those tangible outcomes that are attached with our, to our 4 for 300, where we encourage employees, trying to make it as easy as possible to get biometric screenings to identify problems early. We have health risk assessments. We are encouraging employees to establish a relationship with a primary health care physician at all times. So while this is something new, I think it's going to be something fun. I'm enthusiastic about it and think that we'll have a good first race or walk. Choose one, because you got to start somewhere, and we want to have our employees truly start somewhere.
And I think it's up to us as a board and of leaders in the community to take it on and do our part. And thank you, Commissioner Boyce, for your leadership in this arena of health and wellness, and doing the activities and doing what it takes to stay active and healthy. And, I think we all have to do our part to show the community that it matters.
Yeah, I'd just add that, we first of all, thanks to your team, for really, this is absolutely by far my favorite thing about the county, and that's our wellness program. I think we put a lot into our employees in this way, and I, for one, appreciated the seriousness as to which we approach it, and in which the Board of Commissioners are committed to it. I had a chance to walk this weekend with my colleague, Marilyn Brown, here in the Pride Parade. And it's a nice brisk walk, and we walked together for the most part of it, and I could barely keep up with you. She was rolling, and there's this shot of us walking, there's this picture of us walking, and your stride length is very long. I noticed. I was like, man, she was like stretched out. Those, but here's what I want to say, and I want to challenge the rest of the county, because this is going to be fun, and I'm going to challenge every agency to maybe each agency could have their own shirts, and we could sort of challenge one another to see who could have the most percentage of employees that participate, or some other type of challenge. But let's make this fun, you know. And I think it's run, walk, just get there and experience it. But I think it'll be a good experience. Yeah, I think, and it sends a message to the broader Franklin County community that when we promote health and wellness, we're leading by example as an institution. And so it's not just a fun 5K that we'll all get out there. This is really about health and wellness, and really about taking care of ourselves and investing in our employees in a broader message to the broader community. So challenge all agencies out there, levy-funded agencies included, that let's take this seriously. Let's see who wants to take on the Board of Commissioners.
Ooh.
Who wants to challenge? PFM they've already raised their hand. I see they're going to challenge us, so we'll see. Hopefully we can get that message out, you know, to all agencies and say that the declaration has been made, the challenge is on, and let's see which agency will show up.
We will definitely incorporate that into the planning. Yeah, we're excited about it, and I think the agency challenge will go over very, very well. And everyone will get a medal, everyone will get a t-shirt. We'll look into the individualized agency t-shirts, see what we can pull off there. But yes, we are very excited. And Jess McCurdy, who is our wellness coordinator, who's in the office or in the audience today, she's going to be the one managing and leading this going forward. So our team has worked already, you know, designing the medal with Matt and getting the banner. So we're ready to roll on this. So we're really excited.
That's good.
So nice job.
Thank you.
If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 453-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution 453-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 454-19, authorizing a contract modification for benefits consulting services and a business associate agreement with Finley for the Franklin County Cooperative Health Improvement Program in the amount of $158,000.
So this does authorize a modification to the contract that we currently hold with Finley. Finley is our benefits consultant. And it also authorizes the signature of a business associate agreement with us and Finley. So we have two vendor contracts that expire in 2020. And to complete our due diligence, we must conduct competitive bids to select a vendor to continue those two services. And those are the pharmacy benefit manager contract, as well as the employee assistance program and behavioral health contract. So Finley will be working with purchasing and our department to support and consult on those two competitive bids. And again, we will be entering into a business associate agreement with Finley just simply because of the nature of the work that they do for us. We both parties felt that it would be wise to engage in that agreement. And then there's some additional dollars for some wellness consulting incorporated into the resolution as well. So pending any questions, I ask for approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 454-19.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 454-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Purchasing.
Resolution number 455-19, approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,099,572.83.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balnier, Interim Director of the Purchasing Department. The resolution before you requests your approval of 103 purchase orders for which the County Auditor has pre-certified available funding. Included in this resolution are 43 eligible POs totaling just over $357,000. These are defined as POs in which small and emerging business enterprises are likely to participate. Of these POs, 8 were awarded to SCBEs totaling $226,700.20, which is 19% of the eligible PO volume and 63% of the eligible PO dollar value. Pending any questions, I recommend approval of this resolution.
If If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 455-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 455-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Under Board of Commissioners, we have one resolution.
Resolution number 456-19, applauding the governor and the Ohio House of Representatives for their support of state indigent defense reimbursement and calling on the Ohio Senate to continue this support in the state budget bill.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. This resolution concerns measures in the state fiscal year 2021 state operating budget to reimburse counties for providing counsel to indigent defendants. And a right to counsel, no matter your ability to pay, is a right afforded by the U.S. Constitution and assigned to states to provide. But however, since 1979, as you know, counties have been shouldering more than 50% of the cost of providing indigent defense. Governor Mike DeWine provided counties with an additional $60 million in each fiscal year in his introduced state budget to provide counties with budgetary relief in meeting this state mandate. The Ohio House of Representatives then provided an additional $35 million in state fiscal year 2021 to fully reimburse counties for these costs. This resolution before you would express Franklin County's appreciation for the attention of the governor and Ohio House of Representatives in this matter and call upon the Ohio Senate to retain these investments as the state operating budget process continues. Pending any questions, I would recommend passage.
So, Director, so where is the budget bill currently? Is it out of the Senate yet, or is it, because I know we're coming up on the deadline.
The budget bill is in the Senate right now.
Mm-hmm. And when is it expected to pass out?
I anticipate that it will be in the Senate probably another week.
Yeah, that much? Okay. Then the timing is good for this.
And then you need the conference committee, of course, and with the July 1, they want to meet that date.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I would say I'm hesitant to support this, but will. The idea of indigent defense is critical to our judicial system, and certainly Franklin County. But I want to be clear that I am not saying I support the state budget. Support this element inside the state budget. Yeah. There are so many things that I don't know what's in that budget, or that I probably don't support in that budget. And so I want to be clear that my support is for the indigent defense reimbursement element that has been included in the budget, and that only. So if there are no further comments or questions.
Commissioner Boyce, I would agree with you, and I think this is it's pretty clear here that we're talking about strictly the indigent defense reimbursement in the state budget. And I think when we send this out to all of the legislators, we should send a note saying we are talking only about
I agree.
That piece in the state budget, that we are not talking about anything else in the budget at this point, and that we only want to call attention to this issue and our support for that. And with that, I have no other comments.
I definitely agree with that. I think a letter of just emphasizing that would be valuable. I do.
President Brown, Commissioner Boyce, Lauren Rumble, our Government Affairs and Ethics Director, is closely monitoring this bill. She provided each office with a summary of the highlights of the Senate sub-bill, which was considered last week, and she highlighted some of the key areas of the budget that she's been monitoring on behalf of the county, like some of the tax policy changes,
right.
The TCAP program, some of the issues, what's known as the Wayfair language. So she's been monitoring that, and we'll be all the way through conference committee and providing periodic updates to the board.
Good.
Yeah, I don't think we need to say we don't support anything else, but I think we want to be clear that that this resolution is only tied to the indigent defense, because there may be other things we will want to support, but I don't want to give a blanket support for the budget at this point, because we don't know everything that's in it.
And that's why we're speaking here with the language that's being recommended to speak explicitly regarding state indigent defense support, because that's been a unfunded mandate that the counties have been carrying, and we've been fighting for it the entire time that I know of. At least it's been a couple decades of pressing from the County Commissioners Association of Ohio to provide additional funding in this particular area.
I just want to add, though, again, having served over there, I think it is so easy in the heat of the moment of a budget process, because it is so intense, to misconstrue a resolution like this as support for the state budget, even though it is very clear, I agree. But that doesn't always get translated that way in the fast and intense pace of the state budget. And so I just think it's really important, because I wouldn't want the Franklin County delegation to, say, oh, our county supports the budget bill. And, I don't want that to be the message. And, they are still negotiating the budget all the way through the day it is adopted. And I wouldn't want us to put the minority caucus in a position where it appears that we are saying something opposite to what they are trying to do. And this is a very delicate thing, because language, even though we see it as clear, as you know, Ken, from working over there, sometimes what we see as clear, when it gets over there, is not always translated that way. It's sort of in the eye of the beholder. And I wouldn't want that to get lost in the shuffle, and I've seen it happen before. And so, again, I think this is very clear language, but I think to Commissioner Brown's suggestion and point, I think that is an important piece to accompany this, so that our delegation members know we're not saying we support the budget, but this element of the budget. Yeah. If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 456-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 456-19 has been adopted.
Any journalizations? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.